Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Onward VR Master League. My name is NightFiree with 2 E's. I am here with my co-caster, Buxton. How are you this afternoon, sir?
I am doing very good, NightFiree. It's good to be back in the casting seat with you. It's been a hot minute.
Yeah, it's been a little bit. Had to take a bit of a breather from the high-paced action that is the VR Master League, as very understandable because there's a lot of high-paced action, and we're expecting it tonight in the matchup Globochem versus Animal House. This is definitely going to be a testing match for Animal House there.
Yeah, it absolutely is. I think it is for every team in the league, really. Going against Globochem, that's going to stress you to your limit. That's going to pull out every bit of skill you're going to need to have to put into this match if you want any chance of making it out with your sanity and your ego intact.
My goodness, it is a challenge through and through, and I think we should dive right into our pick bans because this match is going to be going underway any minute. Coming out from Animal House, we have the Downfall ban, and then coming from Globochem, we have Subway. Personally, I'm happy for the Downfall ban. I think these two teams could definitely play a long-winded Downfall matchup.
Yeah, they absolutely could. That's their advantage, I think. They're very good at swapping between play styles compared to most teams, I think. At Globochem especially, Animal House, they do it to a slightly lesser degree. They like to swap between that fast-paced, non-stop action, like running straight to the objective, and the slightly slower kind of sit back, get your picks, and then move in that we normally would expect from a league team.
Yeah, I think both of those strategies are going to come into play for our first map, which is Suburbia, but Suburbia 2. So we are going to be going into the darkness to kick it off, and I like having the night kind of throwing in another element into the kits and just into the play style.
Yeah, I think it's a good way of kind of taking away the utility a little bit. It gives you maybe I'd say a little bit more of an advantage on Volk since they don't have as many smokes or as many nades as they would normally. Since of course you're either going to have to take a flashlight or night vision because otherwise it's going to be incredibly hard to see anything on this map, especially the deeper and darker corners inside the buildings.
Yeah.
Well, the corners of the outside.
And we've been seeing some real interesting night strats starting to come out with the use of the flashlight to try and sort of counter the night vision tweaks that have happened. And I think that a large part of picking the night is going to be for the shield pistol loadout that they're going to throw onto Raph, who is in the lineup for this first matchup, this first map.
And speaking of shields, there has been a buff to shield users with the most recent hotfix. They have reduced the recoil on the pistol, so that's going to be a pretty good one for him. No longer will he be able to shoot directly at the sky when he's just trying to fill all his pistol. It'll actually be reasonably accurate.
We're not going to wait around whatsoever. We're going to dive right on in to the matchup Animal House versus Globochem. Round 1, map 1. The rambunctious squad here. Feeling pretty loose for going up against Globo.
I think that's one of they've got the characters.
Yeah.
They've got the characters tonight.
It's very true. They are the light and loose squad. Although they are a diamond tier team. They are diamond versus master here.
Potentially, they could even go up to master in the somewhat near future, maybe depending on how their matches go.
Yeah, very true. If they can, obviously getting a map or getting a series on Globo would be incredible, but
yeah,
if they can just do well in this series, it'll be nice. Keep them right in the swing of things.
Blow.
Yeah, because Globo are hurting everybody they come across.
They don't pull punches, NightFiree.
No.
I think they revel in that. Just the ability to give Globo slaps, universally feared by all.
Animal House starting this first round off with that slow-paced play, not charging in, not doing it too fast. They have Steven still in spawn.
I wonder if there's a sight line he's watching. Maybe just looking for a flanker or just coordinating the team. I do hear some chatter coming out from him, so it would make sense if he's just keeping, everyone in sync in the right positions and the like.
Lipinski and Boxtoys over on the east, just sort of guarding, and that seems to be the theme here of Animal House. They're just defending, probably down until I'd say maybe the 2-minute mark.
Yeah. Though as we do come up on the 4 minutes here, the smokes are flying. At least one of them. Maybe that's a fake out, 'cause it's only one. I don't really see any movement, so maybe it's just trying to get like Pants to fall back, because he's certainly in an aggressive kind of area right now, and I imagine he's going to be pushing up even further very shortly.
Yeah, Pants is not dropping back. He's pushing forward, looking for that pick on a green theft. He's peeking through the shrubs right now. I don't think he's spotted green yet. I don't think he's going to spot green. He's going to kind of slip pie Pants here. And that was a great smoke right onto objective, but no really forced rotations out of Globochem. They felt comfortable with their lines of sight.
Yeah. It has made Pants a little bit more wary, and I think green has expected that, considering this kind of super tight angle he's moving up on Pants here.
You can hear Raphael jeering on Animal House, trying to speed up their play. Yeah, they are right next to each other, Green Theft and Pants. Little shots coming out from Raph. There's the trade between Pants and Green Theft. Wicked can get the res off.
Now, revive would be very beneficial for Animal House, but also there's no way he's going to let this slip.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he messed up the nade.
He did. He let the nade slip, almost killed himself. Raph confirms Green Theft, so the res is not going to be available there for Wicked.
Very almost a Scooby-Doo moment, and I got a little bit scared there, NightFiree.
Yeah.
We are seeing the slow and steady approach coming out from Animal House here. Flapinski's slowly creeping his way up, trying to get some moves on Toast. Maybe we're going to see a nade on the sickness spot from him. I would expect that. You know, it's a very common spot there.
Good smoke comes out. Raph finds Wicked trying to push in. Lipinski goes down from Toast through the shrubs, and now it's up to BuxtonWater and Steven in a 2v4. Going to be tough for Steven here. He has Otto, who's above him in that 2-story. Raph here down below. Impressive fire from Box, but that's just so risky because Toast there going to try and find that refrag. Now it's all up to Steven, who gets Otto. That's one. Now he's in a 1v3, a minute 45 left on the clock.
I'm amazed he managed to get out of there alive, considering Raphael was chasing him there. I thought for sure he'd be rushing the windows to try and go for him. Another solid smoke there. That's got to be scaring Globochem at least a little bit.
Oh, Toast has still a good line of sight on the objective, and they have Thunder on the other side of Tank, so they know nobody's there. The nade comes out. Good flash right onto Steven. No follow-up. Does slow him down, though, with a minute left.
That's the classic crouch walk of being flashed here.
Mm-hmm.
Very telltale sign. Raphael must have heard him there. He must have.
I think he must have seen him cross over there, too. Steven's just clearing up here. Raph's going to try and follow. Steven has to hear those footsteps. Maybe he didn't. Raph there, surprising him in the corner, and Globochem taking their first round. Definitely still had to work for it, but they take it. Take the lead 1-0.
Indeed, and that was a slower start than I expected, really. I thought that maybe they'd, started off strong with the classical moves of Animal House and the classical moves of Globochem, but, both of them were kind of being rather cautious in this first round. Globochem didn't really do anything very aggressive. Pants was in I'd say a standard Pants position, standard Pants maneuver, but I think maybe they're just feeling each other out. Maybe we'll see the kind of the faster plays come in later on in this series, but I always think in my philosophy that my casting Onward philosophy is that the first round usually sets the pace just for how teams will play out by around the end of it.
We'll see how Animal House do on their defensive round here. If they can grab this, then I think we are in for a nice little treat of a series. But if Globo does what Globo typically does, it could be bad news. And Animal House have to stem the bleeding early and kind of, I don't know, like roar back at Globochem. Slap them back, Bucks. That's what they need to do.
slap him back with a big, you know, lion paw.
Yeah. Two-minute timers between rounds allows for both teams to sort of hatch out a bit of a strategy, and I think that's exactly what Animal, or at least what Globochem are doing. Surprisingly, maybe they're a bit cut off by that slower pace from Animal House. You could hear Raph kind of jeering him on to speed it up.
Yeah, I would be surprised because Globochem, as you said, they don't really like to pull their punches. They always go full force in every match they play. They don't want to take any chances because if they lose against any team, it's going to bring down their MMR quite a substantial amount, which is really not what you want when you're going up, you know, pretty much the same MMR against beginners just next week.
Yeah, that's going to be a really exciting Button Cup matchup. I cannot wait to see that one. It's always fun. Watch those two teams square off.
It's all Raphael is, yeah, the shield is coming out, NightFiree.
I knew they'd put it on him, and he's got that pistol. Pants with the aggression early comes out and catches Green Theft through the shrubs.
Whereas Raphael hasn't spotted box toys. Like, it may be proning, but that's a common prone position.
Yeah, I think the night... It's got to be the nighttime playing an effect on him being able to spot box there.
Someone from the wooden fence, the left side of the spawn house. If you have, just shoot the wooden fences, so nobody's hiding.
Oh, I think he may have spotted them and called him for a nade. If a nade drops there, that's pretty... I know, maybe just some pre-fire on the fence. I was about to say, if they drop a nade over that eastern side of the garden, that would be absolutely devastating.
Toast. Even going to be facing off. A frag does come out. Not quite far enough. Pants catches out Lipinski on that east side. Now he's trying to go for Steven. Steven tries to get him. He does catch him out on the backside. Toast looking for the refrag. Doesn't find it. Raph catches out Box with that frag finally. And now Toast pushing in onto Wicked, who is the last one left alive. The smoke's coming in from Globochem. This is a cap opportunity for them if they can push effectively.
Indeed it is, but knowing Globochem, I think they are going to just try and secure that kill instead. Wicked Hex does still have a decent sight on the objective, and I imagine he has a nade still in the repertoire, ready for use.
Raph up here with the shield. He will be running into Wicked. I'm surprised Wicked hasn't been shot in the back yet by Otto. Wicked does turn around. He spots him out. The shots come in. He does find Otto out. Raphael here with the shield. Shots ringing. The pistol lands, and Thunder finally peeking out gets him.
Raphael was very spooked though. I think he may have been accidentally shot in the back by one of his teammates. He was all sorts of squealing there.
A bit of an odd exchange. I don't know how Wicked didn't go down. I guess Raph just didn't land the pistol shots.
I guess so. I saw the blood spurts. The strange one.
Just not finishing Wicked off then. Doing damage, but not enough. That is kind of one of the curses of the pistol, I guess. It's not a high DPS weapon.
Yeah, I believe most pistols only do around 9 damage-ish, which I believe is... Actually, might be doing like 8 or 7 damage. That's around slightly lower than the Val, which nobody uses anyway, because it is such a low damage weapon.
Definitely an established meta as to what weapons, what certain people like, I guess. The shotgun, you know, it's still fun to see that come out. Only a few players are really effective with the shotty, but I feel like on Suburbia, yeah, right. I feel like on Suburbia, it could really be a good tool.
Yeah, spraying through those the fences on Suburbia with the standard assault rifle, it does do some good damage. It's accurate, but I don't think you really want accuracy if you're spraying through a fence, because every single time it feels that you're shooting through a fence, you basically trace an outline around them. You kind of want that random accuracy just to get the lucky shot straight where you don't think they actually are, but they are in fact there. That's what I'm feeling is the kind of meta of shooting through fences with shotguns.
I don't expect us to see any of that today. Both teams pretty well, I said all the players pretty well situated in the guns they like, I'd say at this point.
Yeah. Got the G36s, the AK-12s, and all sorts on Volk. I think they're the standard picks, along with, of course, the PKM, just because it's the PKM and it has many bullets.
Free fire there. Pants pushing up aggressively. He's going to run into Wicked Hex, who's crouched out in the open, and he's ready for Pants. One going down early. A nice refrag by Otto by the school bus. Looks like Lipinski's going to try and rotate around and maybe catch out Otto. Does spot him, and a nice pick from Lipinski puts Animal House into a 4v3.
Animal House seemed ready for this aggressive play, really.
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto is definitely not hanging back either. He's ready to deal with Toast.
Is indeed. Toast peeks away just at the last second. Threat peeks around, and Toast does catch him.
This is still even, but there you go. I was about to say Globochem looked to be at the disadvantage with these aggressive kind of positions that are rather exposed, but Toast did just fall back there, so they are kind of retreating back to their slightly disadvantaged numbers, positions that would fit them better.
It is a 3v3. And yeah, Animal House, they've managed to find a couple Globochem team members each round at the very least. You know, Globo's not really rolling over Animal House. They're putting up a good fight here, and if Lipinski, BuxtonWater, and Steven can kind of rally together and grab a couple, like a pick or, you know, just to get that advantage back, they could definitely come in from this west side.
Yeah, they absolutely could. So maybe they will. Maybe they'll do a rotation here. Because the west side is mighty undefended. They could cross straight over the street just with the one smoke. Once you're in the gardens, anything's possible, I'd say.
There is a smoke from Steven. Toast's going to keep his eyes trained here at the bushes because he did see that come out from this little area Steven's in.
Suppose you call that the bush alleyway. The bush alley.
Yes. Meanwhile, BuxtonWater and Lipinski making their approach a little bit closer to objective. They have 3 minutes left, so they have a lot of time to work with.
Yeah. And BuxtonWater's position, though, he's making me a little bit scared. This is prime nade and pre-fire spot. Anytime someone makes any amount of noise over here, hopefully it's to get Steven on the east side. Maybe this is going to allow Globochem to push back a little bit more.
Good kill from Toast. As soon as Toast got that kill, BuxtonWater and the rest from Lipinski sent out some shots, but they didn't land. Toast now is going to try and come in from this backside, and BuxtonWater does seem prepped and ready for this, but the Peeker's advantage. Toast does grab out BuxtonWater, and now it's all up to Lipinski in a 1v3.
Not just Peek's advantage there. It looks like BuxtonWater just adjusted his stance a little bit as he went around that corner. He just ducked down slightly lower, threw off his aim. It's always the worst timing when you want to like adjust your comfort or something mid-match.
The struggles of virtual reality and being immersed in the world. Sometimes you get tangled, sometimes you got to adjust, and
you must
your
sacrifice
lenses
your
get foggy,
comfort.
you know?
Yeah. Half blind, you're sweating, you're bent over in a very strange angle and it hurts. But you must hold the angle.
It's a really great core workout.
Indeed it is. Oh wow, Globochem's getting thirsty here. Toast is on the flank looking for Lipinski.
That is, I mean, that's just confidence, and you know, they have the right numbers. They know Lipinski's the only one alive. They know they have 4 confirmed because they communicated effectively. And now Lipinski has caught out Toast on the rotation and is able to punish him and turn it into a 1v2.
Getting thirsty in 1v3 situations, I feel always ends badly.
It's like that too is very risky. He didn't have the support of Thunder at the very least, who could have maybe, you know, come with him at least through the playground area. But now with a minute left, Lipinski might be able to find something here.
The only real threat for him, I think, is Thunderpart, because there's no way Raphael is going to peek out of his little nice spot to go to the black car, which is relatively exposed for the angle that Flipinski is coming from. Thunder, though, watching that corner is going to be the big issue. The second Flipinski shoots, Raphael's going to start rotating back to the alleyway just to his west, and it's bad news for Flipinski. Very difficult to say that.
They've been ready for a lot of rotations, but they weren't ready for Thunder as Thunder catches him out, takes the round. Globochem take the lead to 3-0 on map 1.
Well, it's certainly looking like a strong one for Globochem. This was Adam House's pick, I believe. Actually, I'm certain it was Adam House's pick,
Yeah.
so this certainly isn't going the way they exactly expected it. Maybe they'll try and put themselves on the board with the, the clutch comeback at the very end of the map. That is certainly not something that's uncommon in the league, I'd say.
No.
It's a very disturbing pattern. It's always the 3-0. Never 2-0, always 3-0.
Teams like to make it hard on themselves, so it seems.
Yeah, they do. I guess it's some kind of like a masochistic tendency.
Animal House will be going on to the Volk defensive, though, so definitely an opportunity for them to get onto the board as opposed to having to try and win an offensive round. Which I don't know. I guess which one's harder, do you think? I suppose both are a challenge against Globochem, but I feel like at least you have a better chance of defending if you can really just tighten up the D and go for something really, close to objective. It's always tough, you know?
Yeah, I think with an aggressive team like Globochem, maybe have a bit more of an advantage on Marsok. Like you saw Toast get thirsty there and actually die because of that, so you could exploit that.
I think that's what they
But
tried.
I can't imagine I can't imagine though Globo would go aggressive when it's like a 5v5.
Right. I think that's what Animal House kind of tried to do with that first round. You know, they played it slow. They wanted to maybe see if Globochem were going to throw any aggression at him, and when they didn't, and they saved the aggression for the second and third rounds. Just, smart play by Globo to sort of, I don't know. Maybe they're playing off of it, but either way, Animal House going on the defensive now for round number 4 of map number 4. Sorry, map 1.
Yes, we are not on map number 4. We're on round 4. 4 maps. That'll be a hell of a series.
Long day.
Oh wow, and we're seeing the flashlights already coming out from Animal House. Though I don't think the one on top of the car is exactly working as wanted. Oh, maybe it is. He is shooting the flashlight. Okay, it's working out. I retract my statement, NightFiree.
It's effective. It's doing its job. I think more importantly, it's there to at least sort of cause a little disruption in the vision of any night vision users that are trying to enter in through those lanes.
Yeah. With the night vision changes, those flashlights really actually do hurt the eyes on the Vive.
Ooh. Toast with a fantastic air burst right onto that little T defensive corner, catches Green Theft out.
It's absolutely textbook for a nade. It feels like it's been forever since airburst started becoming a thing in the league play.
Yeah.
When did they actually start coming in? Because, I think maybe it was only been like 3 months since airburst started actually coming in full force.
I don't know. They've been in for quite a while, I think. But maybe, time is very... Things move so fast. Season 4 was not too long ago.
Yeah. I suppose that's maybe because Season 5 was incredibly short.
Yeah.
It was like, what, 5-6 weeks, I believe? I'm pretty sure it was 5-6 weeks. But regardless, Globochem, I think, are ready for something. They're grouping up here, and I'm feeling the hard push relatively shortly. One more nade, and they're going in, I'd say.
That res did come out, so Green Theft did get picked up back on that T spot, so he'll be able to sort of deny any entry from Toast if he decides to come into that lane.
Yeah. Boxos is in the perfect position to stop this, I think, but Globochem have to expect it. It's the classic position for defending this western side.
Yeah, I think that was the purpose of the flash. They move right off of it, and Boxtoys now, if he just pops up, he has 3 here. 1 goes down from Lipinski. They're distracted as Boxtoys peeks around. He catches 2 more, and Animal House They want to get this round. They want to get onto the board. A nade comes out and doesn't land quite close enough to Green Theft. And now Toast and Green Theft may find themselves in an exchange of fire shortly.
It's always the 3-0 NightFiree. I predicted it. It's always 3-0.
A really great denial of the cross there from Animal House, though. Lipinski to kind of draw their attention while BuxtonWater was able to peek out from his position. Very nicely
I'm
done.
really surprised that Globochem didn't expect BuxtonWater to be there. That is the classic position.
Toast catches Green Theft for the second time this round and finishes him off with a headshot. And now we're into a 2v4.
Two members of Globochem, I have a feeling they're up to something. I think that's just a feeling that I have generally with Globochem. They're always up to something. I think it's going to be the Raphael to try and start it off with taking down Steven. He's spraying through the wood. He's absolutely hunting for him.
Spraying at headshot level, none of those shots landing as Steven ducks down and just barely avoids the bullets.
They will have to worry about time quite shortly on the side of Globochem here. They've only got 2 minutes left, and in a 2v4 situation, that is not long at all.
It's really not. They don't have any utility left either because Toast and Raph have used it all up earlier on in the round.
And they don't really have any lanes to breach through either. The center is covered, the west side is covered, the east side is covered, the center east side is covered. It's just bad news all around for Globochem. So maybe they'll try like do a last-ditch attempt, crawling across the east street. That's what I think they're going to do. If they can't get a pick, that's what I'm predicting.
Toast and Lipinski right on this corner here. Toast is not liking that entry point. I think that flashlight definitely playing some sort of effect.
Yeah, he's either got to look in the short range and be able to see things, or look in the long range and be totally blind. Not a very hard choice to make, but he may be able to catch Lipinski off here. As long as BuxtonWater isn't looking towards him.
Wow.
Oh, never mind.
Lipinski
I thought he was watching the corner.
Now Lipinski was looking through that slice of the bush. You can see there, he just had an angle. Catches out that Toast there, and now Raph into a 1v4 as a tall order in front of him.
And the sole survivor. I'm surprised he didn't take a shield this round, to be honest. This is kind of I think the prime objective for a shield to come out.
Does get up position on the Wicked, but Wicked finds the shots. Animal House take their first round. They're on the board. 3-1.
Finally on the board. I think they're going to be happy with that. Steven certainly was happy about his flash, blinding Raphael for about a microsecond before he was shot. But less. With Animal House on the board, they're going to start getting aggressive. I'm feeling that now. They're going to start, and it's a center house objective. The aggression is coming, NightFiree. We've got to be prepared for this.
Oh boy. Globochem could really be looking to deliver a Globo slap. If Pants here decides to push up a little bit aggressive on Volk, it can be bad news for Animal House if they're not ready. Which I expect them to be, so it'll be an interesting, could be a very interesting start of this round.
It absolutely could be. It's either going to one of two ways. Either Pants is going to push out, or maybe Raphael or Auto or Thunder, the whole team really. But if one of them push out, go to the center and spray through, and then just keep going, regardless of, you know, the outcome of their lives, they're going to go straight through, they'll kill everyone. But if they don't do that, I'm feeling the Animal House win for this round. Now, first kind of rush on this objective is the most important thing.
Yeah.
If you lose that, the chance of you losing the round are, I'd say, about 80% off the top of my head.
Definitely a hard one to take, Animal House. They're going to have to catch Globo by surprise, and that is not going to be an easy task.
Yeah, not at all. Globochem are always on the ball and ready for everything, I feel.
See what Animal House do as we approach this middle objective for round number 5 in map 1.
Where you guys go? Fuck away from me. You fucking dirty bitch. I hate you. I hate you.
Green and Steven are having an argument about something. I think he may have like stolen a nade.
Some really deep hatred is getting thrown around there in that team. It's going to definitely cause a disruption in the teamwork.
Hopefully, this feels like a beginner's defense of this objective.
Yeah, I feel like
You got 3 people in, 1 just outside, 1 just on the tank. They're all so tight.
I feel like Globo have historically put more up top. Maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe. Or maybe it depends on the opponent they're facing. Maybe they alternate between watching 2 people with the stairs if they know there's like a shield user or something. That would make sense. You want to try and get the shield from one end. But I think Ananas was expecting the aggression here at the very least. They're hanging way back. They don't want to make any aggressive moves. They must have thought that Pants was going to do a hard rush straight out the gate.
I mean, it's definitely a decent thing to be assuming with a lead like 3-1. You know, Globochem can afford to sort of throw away an advantage early in this round if they want to. But it also could pay off if Pants gets aggressive and finds some picks. So Animal House waiting for it, and it's not going to come out here. They think Globochem are going to wait this one out again, just like they did round 1.
I guess maybe they're alternating based on the number of rounds. I guess we'll have to see as we go later. Maybe it's of course, situation specific, you would assume that, but maybe it's a clockwork thing. That'd be interesting. A clockwork per round strats, regardless of the objective or things like that. That'd certainly be interesting, but I find it unlikely. I'm just thinking about everything right now. Mindless thoughts.
That's good. I mean, that's all these guys are processing all this stuff as well, and a nice nade from Pants catches Wicked out as the smokes are out and they're thick. Pants here tosses up another flash to follow, and he pushes in. Steven, ready for the aggression, does cast Pants out, and that turns it into a nice 4v4. That's a huge pick, denying Pants any more aggression. Now BuxtonWater, will he be ready for Toast, who's positioned himself up here on the side of the hill on the building? He is indeed. Finds him. Raph with a great toss of a nade. Catches Steven out. Green Theft on the backside, though, has caught one up in the 2-story from the APC, and Globochem may be losing this round if Animal House can keep it together here. Green Theft going to be going up to that 2-story, and we'll see with the rest. There it is, a 4v3 now with the res coming out from both sides.
Globochem have got to be sweating right now. I can't believe they let Green Theft Auto cross like that. This is kind of unsightly almost.
He really managed to slip through there under the chaos. They're denying him really any lines of sight, though. Thunder and Otto staying low enough up on that 2nd floor to where Green Theft can't see. And then Raph there kind of tucked himself in behind the door, but as soon as they move out or try to shift or rotate, Green Theft will have a nice angle on him. So Suppressive Fire can rain in from across the street while the rest of Animal House push on objective. It is a 4v3 right now, so this is looking good for Animal House.
Indeed it is, but they're still staying nice and slow. They do have 2 minutes 20 left, so they can't really totally put the brakes on, but they do have time to, you know, get to the ideal positions, get ready to breach the center house. I think the big issue for them right now is Raphael. His position is rather exposed and unorthodox to the point where you wouldn't expect.
Green Theft is taking team fire right there. There's a little exchange from BuxtonWater. I don't think he knows, and they're actually shooting at each other here.
No.
Lipinski's moved in under the cover. Will he be ready for Raph on the bottom floor? He is. He catches Raph. Thunderpilot's prone up there. He has to rotate out. Lipinski tries to catch out Thunder. All the while, Suppressive Fire raining in from across the street. Lipinski comes up, catches one. Otto catches him on the backside and goes down. Animal House take the round and stay in at 3-2.
Lipinski doing the work with the double kill as he moved up there, and he took down Raph too. He single-handedly cleared that under the cover of the pre-fire. Unbelievable.
Jeez. Animal House really mounting a strong comeback here. Now, They do have a tall order ahead of them. Defending that objective against Globochem is not going to be easy.
Yeah, absolutely. If I know anything about Globochem, they're gonna go straight in, I think. But maybe it's the double, the opposite. I don't know what the actual word is, but I'll get back on that later. Maybe Globochem are going to know that Animal House will expect the aggression, and then they'll play slow, which will throw Animal House off. And who knows, maybe it could go either way. I think still, it's always this center objective. You never know who it could go to, regardless of the teams. All the sides.
Oh, I'm blanking on the saying for that too. There's a word for it.
Yes. What is the word?
Reverse psychology.
Yes, that's it. That's the word.
We got it.
Dictionary here. Saving the day.
It's a hard one, man.
It is. Man, Toast is going 7-3 so far, and for Pinsky, 7-2. They're not slacking here, that's for sure, on the side of Animal House. They're keeping their pace.
I had a request to watch more of Animal House, and I will say that as I zoomed away, that's why I'm not watching more Animal House. But we'll dive into this round, see what Globochem can come up with here.
I think it is the reverse psychology, NightFiree. They're still playing aggressive, but not quite as aggressive as I would expect for this objective.
Yeah, absolutely, they are.
One in middle building, one in middle right.
Just up into that
Top floor bottom.
middle lane.
Raph has his shield yet again, moving out with the G17. I'm not quite sure what his entry point is going to be. As long as Wicked Hex stays up and Greenfield Auto also stays up, it's going to be really hard for him to really do anything on this east-hand side. Maybe he's going to be on the corner like he is there, he's just moving now. So I guess he's going to be the recon post to look for Green Theft Auto while Thunderpilot peeks over the shield.
I mean, he found him. He
Take
calls
some
him.
shots.
You just called him in right now, and if Raph wants to, he can toss a nicely placed nade over there into that courtyard area and catch him. There it is. He's going to get the nade from Thunder. And here it's going to come out right onto Green Theft. Green Theft has to be ready and rotating.
I'm feeling it, NightFiree. This is going to be nade of the week. It fell short. Raphael, I had hope in you, and you let me down.
Green Theft lives another day. Maybe they'll try another nade. I think Raph has one still on his chest at least.
I imagine they're going to be saving that for the center house push whenever it happens. I'm surprised Wicked Hex hasn't gone for a nade over towards the two on the east-hand side. It doesn't look like he has one, which is strange, considering that his position is kind of the optimal one to throw nades from.
Nice catch from Wicked Hex. Pants does find the refrag. He's now made his way into the middle objective building and actually drops back. And yeah, this is definitely Globochem playing it a little bit slower. They're playing it a little bit more cautiously. Now they're into a 4v4.
A 4v4 could still go either way.
I wonder
I
what.
think Green Theft Auto is definitely going to go down soon.
Well, I wonder
Toast
what
is looking
utility
for.
they have left to really enter in. They can't really nade up into objective building, and now Green Theft safely tucked inside of spawn building. He'll be able to sort of peek out from the window. He catches out Thunder, who tries to enter in from the side and turns it into a 4v3.
Solid smokes though, the rest of Globechem's ready for it. Toast was finally able to get Green Theft Auto, and that's the cue for the rest of Globochem, I think. They're going to go in very shortly.
Yes, they are. 2:50 left on the clock. Shots coming in from both sides. Pants and Boxtoys not landing. Pants does find Steven on the stairs. A great rotation from him. It turns into a 2v3. Just like that, Globochem have the advantage.
That was an unbelievable play around the door there. I'm surprised Pants managed to survive that
Yeah.
without being hit once.
That was so fast.
Oh, it looks like the defender on the stairs does nade, but he goes down with that insta-kill nade.
All up to Lipinski now into a 1v3. Globochem looking to take this Marsoc round and take the map. Toast looking for that angle across the street. Still doesn't quite have it. Raf hasn't spotted out Lipinski. Shots coming out, not landing on a Raf. Toast now lands one. The charge from Raf. He comes up and out and catches him in. Globochem take the map 4-2.
Truly between a rock and a hard place there. If you stand up, you get shot by Toast. If you sit there, you get rushed by Raf. No escape. I think that went as expected though. Adam House, they do like their suburbia. Globochem are Globochem. So 2-4, I'd say that's a respectable score.
Yeah, very much so. It's just if Animal House were just able to put those rounds on the board a little bit earlier, you know, it's so much different. To have to come back 3-0 is just a tall order. If you're battling it back and forth, the way that Globo plays would be drastically different, and you know, maybe they have a better chance of grabbing a third round. But either way, good attempt from Animal House, and see if they can fend off the series going to Globochem as we move into quarantine for map number 2.
Oh dear. I have a feeling this is going to go very solidly to Globochem. They absolutely adore their quarantine. Undefeated on quarantine in some time, I believe.
I was going to
They
say,
beat beginners on it, they beat everyone.
what's the deep dive statistically on that? Quarantine stats, I wonder. Either way, yeah, they are a dominant force on this map, and is probably why it's their map pick. And I don't know, this is their map pick.
Yeah, you can give it to us.
Surprised Animal House for home.
Yeah. And it seems that Globochem have actually only lost quarantine once, and I believe that was against... No, it wasn't against G-Men. It was against SMC Tactical, strangely. I would have thought that that's a map that SMC is rather weak on compared to their bazaars and their cargoes, but apparently not.
I don't know what we're waiting for here. Both teams readied up.
I believe there were some technical difficulties with Animal House just there. Wicked took a little bit of time to get in, so I imagine they're just beginning their planning phase now.
Go. Both squads ready to rock as we dive into map number 2. Animal House versus Globochem. So far, it has been very characteristic Globochem performance. Them playing very strong, but Animal House coming in hot with a couple of really good rounds, and I'd like to see them kind of throw out the momentum earlier this round on Quarantine.
Yeah, I imagine they are going to try to at least try and start this off strongly, because if they let Globochem take the pace on Quarantine, let alone, I'd say, Animal House's better maps of Suburbia, it's going to very quickly become a 4-0, I think. They have to start this off strong, or it's going to go very badly.
Green Theft here looking for some early exchanging, and Fire does find Arsenic with a headshot. No, it isn't a headshot. Arsenic fortunate enough to just catch one in the shoulder. He'll be resable.
Unsurprising that Globochem did bring in Arsenic as well, the king of the long range. I'm surprised he's not looking for any kind of confirmation. Actually, what is he doing? He's just kind of running about. Maybe he's going to try and go for Pants here then.
I don't know. Pants definitely ready. Toast dropping back, going to get that res off onto Arsenic while Pants covers him.
This would be the ideal place for a nade. Green does have one. Is he going to be willing to use it? Yes, he is. Oh, it just touches the wall and rolls straight on the ground.
Man, that could have been a great toss onto Pants, and catching him out there, and Pants, after that Bosch nade, is ready for him on the corner.
I don't think that was the same guy.
Not quite starting off quite as strong as they hoped. That pick did look pretty nice at the start, but the revive and then losing out there, and now Box Toys going down from Auto in the south on the wing. Things are crumbling pretty quickly, and with this objective, it's a very dangerous thing to happen.
He's got such a great vision onto almost everybody that's holding an angle on objective there. He can suppress whoever's in that engine turbine, and if you can do that, I mean, everyone else on Animal House does not have a great line of sight onto objective. This is definitely a cap opportunity for Globochem if they come up the middle.
Yeah, it absolutely is. Now, they have caught Wicked X now, so they should assume that there's most likely no one on objective, which is in fact the truth. There's only one member in the far north and one in the east, which just went down there. They could definitely get a cap here. They just have to move quick before the flanker Steven can come back to objective.
Yeah, Steven, the only one left alive, does take some shots out and misses, so now they know he's behind them. I think Pants spots him out from the rooftop, and no cap coming in from Globo today, but they do take a dominating 5-0 round number 1 on this second map.
I'm definitely feeling the Globochem runaway now, but they still have, I think they still have one round before that becomes almost a certainty here.
Yeah, the problem is now is that Animal House have to take that one round on Marsoc, which is not a very easy task. Especially if Globochem are going to play it sort of aggressive and maybe do some unorthodox positioning that could catch Animal House out early, which is sort of definitely what they're very good at.
Yeah, they absolutely are. And I imagine if Globochem can get themselves in the right position, they're going to be boxing in Animal House instantly. If Animal House slips up and lets themselves get boxed in by Globochem, that's what's going to happen. Guaranteed. They like to do that, especially on the crater spawn. For any objective, if they're on bulk, they like to box them in that crate. It's impossible to escape if you do get boxed in up there. It's absolutely nightmare-inducing.
Not much time between rounds here. Animal House ready to dive into their offensive round against Globo. We move into map number 2, round 2. Things could start moving pretty quick here. If Animal House don't play this right, could be some early action for Globochem. Could be early action for Animal House too if they're able to capitalize on some aggressive moves from Globo.
Yeah, I think they are going to be moving out pretty quickly. Steven and Wicked Hex, at least, are looking like that. Their shots are already flying here. No one really hit by them though, so they're pretty lucky there starting off.
Globo sending 3 top, and Animal House is going to have 2 over here to answer. Green Theft and Lipinski. Green Theft does get across, but Lipinski may not be so fortunate. He's very wary of the rooftop position, and he gets caught out by Thunder. Now Green Theft dives into that pit to save himself from being shot, and has an opportunity to sneak up on these rooftop dwellers.
He has the 12 times though, so this kind of engagement distance is less than ideal.
Yeah, it is. That's for sure.
I suppose he's going to have to go pseudo canted iron sights here. And surprisingly, hasn't heard Green Theft Auto at the base here. He's moving pretty quickly.
I think he's just under that audio threshold.
Oh, it wasn't there. He absolutely sprinted, but I think he's a little bit too far for Thunder now.
Pants catches out BuxtonWater. Green Theft comes up and over. Pants completely shocked by him. You can hear him scream from here. Misses the shots onto the back of Green Theft, and now we'll see if Thunder is going to get him up and over. He does not spot him on the corner. Otto finding Wicked over on the other side of the map, and Green Theft into a 2v1 with his remaining teammate Steven in the middle.
I think Pants and Auto both almost had a heart attack equally in that moment, and I think Arsling may be about to get some lead in his heart as well.
Arsenic's going to have a heart attack too. Otto saves him from the shock and catches him on the corner. Arsenic with a knife to the chest to finish him off, and now Steven, the final alive in the center.
Arsenic stole that 12 times just for a second before realizing, you know, I shouldn't do this.
Be careful, Bucks.
You gotta be careful. He cannot be allowed a 12 times. You've got to keep it off him. But Globochem are 2-0 now. They're 2 points up. So far, Animal House is not looking too hot, so I'm thinking now Globochem are going to try and run away with this right here. The next objective is the gas station objective, so with them on Marsoc, it's a hard choice, but I think Animal House do still have a bit of a chance of being able to take this round back, but it all depends on how Globochem can try and exploit the defense of Animal House. If they're coming through the south, I think Globochem have got it. That's my total guess. My total, somewhat educated guess of a prediction.
So callously throwing out these guesses.
Yes. I can't do full-on predictions or else the curse comes into effect and Animal House will probably stab him.
Definitely the time for them to mount their comeback. If they go for the 3-0 win again, it's going to be so hard for them. But if they can, you know, get the momentum swinging back on their side like they did for a few rounds on Suburbia, you know, they have a chance of tying this up 2-2.
They do indeed. Oh, we made some early picks come out from Arsenal. He's got that 12 times already, but it's actually Pants that brings the fire.
Oh, maybe not, maybe not. No, he's dead.
Shooting out some confirmation shots there. Typical strategy to put some extra bullets into the dead just to make sure that they can't be rezzed.
No one made a spray.
Steven's going to be looking for someone coming along that western side as well. And
Two dead.
Jeez.
Also dead.
Pants is on fire so far already. Already got those 2 kills.
Looking
But
for
Steven's looking for him.
Yeah, one in the far left.
Pants was going for a 3 there. He spotted Steven back here, so Steven has to rotate out quickly or he'll sort of be trapped, and he knows that, so he crosses the street right away. He's going to drop back to this wall.
And the southern crosses of Thunder Pilot is not super successful as the smoke he throws goes straight into a building. But he gets across no problem anyway. Apparently not too big of an issue.
Yeah, they don't... It's only 3 left for Animal House. They just don't have the coverage. Everyone's so far back onto objective. This smoke coming out from Pants and Arsenic definitely drawing the eye of Steven here. Steven finds one. Pants still trying to hit him, but can't land the shots on a Steven, who's now tucked away into the stairwell. Smokes, meanwhile, over onto objective. Toast pumping out rounds towards Box. Toys catches him out on the corner. Steven finds Pants. He needs to rotate back around and help Lipinski, who's the last one alive on objective in this 2v3, goes down to Thunder, and it's time for a cap here from Toast, but not before Otto can find the final kill, and Globochem take the lead 3-0.
A classic Globo no cap. They tried to go for it, they thought about it for a second, but
For a second,
they like those kills. They really like those kills. Just the big numbers, man. I think my predictions come true, NightFiree. 3-0, Globochem looking like they're going to run away with this. We're on the vault ground on a somewhat easy to defend objective. They can do it. They can do this. I have a feeling we're going to be going to that the third map for the MMR. And what do we have left on the panel? We've got Cargo and we have Tanker. Those are the only two, I believe. No, Snow Peak as well. We got 3. And Bazaar. Yeah, we've got 4 then. Okay, I'm forgetting that. I'm feeling the Bazaar though.
Yeah, I think Bazaar is definitely a potential option. If they really want to get crazy with it, it would definitely be Cargo. We'll see if we get that third map decided shortly, or if Animal House can hold on a little bit longer and take a round from Globo. Have that crater spawn, so it's going to be a bit of a longer one.
Yeah, I can see some subs getting dropped in the chat. Thank you for supporting the VRML.
I don't know if you noticed that, but Animal House definitely maybe not taking this final round too seriously after being down 3-0 to Globochem the second map. We heard some pistol shots go off right away, so Globo knows of the spawn. They're paying attention.
Classic Animal House move. Maybe that's going to be what keeps them going strong mentally going to the third map. Maybe that's where we'll see Globo kind of fall asleep a little bit. There's smoke coming up from Green Theft. Is he going to go straight in?
Definitely a good smoke. Not quite where he needs it if he wants to cross the street in safety. An aid coming out to answer back. Nearly lands right on top of his head, but yes, he does manage to cross the street right underneath the nose of Arsenic, but not quite underneath it.
Oh, quite. He ran around there. He was prepared for that. The smokes tipped him off. And the rest of Animal House was totally out of sync with that. Green Theft just went absolutely in. There was no fear in that push, and he's totally separated from the rest of the team.
Yeah, everyone else is very far back. Wicked Hex does catch out Pants, but a bit of a trade scenario there. And now Toast's going to be ready for the rest of this cross south. Actually, he's not. He does get caught out, and a revive there allows Wicked Hex to get some shots. Arsenic goes down, and Animal House may be taking this map, even with revealing their spawn, Globochem, into a 1v3.
Maybe the Green Theft Auto rush straight through the objective to the objective made Animal House made Globochem rather think that they could just relax a little bit. That Globochem was the Animal House was faltering, but that is very much not the case. This is less than ideal for Globochem.
Otto taking some hits there from Steven. Gonna drop back. They have one that's resable on objective, sort of. So I think Otto's gonna rely on those comms. Oh no, he's at burning building. So yeah, Otto's just gonna tuck himself into this rock and hunker down for the rest of the 3.5 minutes until Animal House get close to objective.
It's definitely not going to go down for that the final few moments. Lipinski is, I think he's going to be hitting the objective in the next 2 seconds, maybe. Auto doesn't seem aware that he may be to the south. He's kind of sitting on the south side of the rock, which is plenty exposed. Oh, he's rotated away now. He must have twigged.
I don't think he knows where to watch, really. He's trying to cover all sorts of angles here. He was the last one alive. Just rounds the corner as Lipinski comes around. He does trade with Wicked, but Animal House take the round, and they were actually pretty close to a cap opportunity. This series isn't over yet.
I don't know why Auto ran away from the objective there. That was kind of strange. Maybe it was just the suicide run to ensure no cap. Because, of course, 1 round sacrifice is no problem for Globochem right now. They can deal with that. 2 points. That's where things start getting scary. And Globochem's numbers are looking pretty solid right now. 6-1 for Auto, 4-1 for Thunder, 6-2 for Pants.
Wow.
Damn, that's brutal. Globochem, they're a lion that hunts a rabbit with their full force. I think that's how the saying goes. Maybe a little bit lost in translation of my mind.
Great little EU saying for the group there.
Maybe that is, I'm not actually sure if that is an EU saying. You'll have to Google it. That's on the watches right here.
Animal House very relaxed for how for where this match is. I mean, you know, they won that last round, but they gave away their spawn with pistol shots early. I mean, Globo could have reacted off that much differently, but they opted not to. So we'll see if they can keep that strange momentum they managed to get off last round going. Get another one here while they're on defense.
Yeah. That was definitely a strange move, the pistol shots, but
Yeah.
this round's going to be fast. I'm pretty certain, though. These spawns, this objective, it's always a fast-paced one. I imagine we're going to see some nades flying, some people crying out in pain on the floor. Or Pants thought he got one, but he's very much not.
Yeah, he got caught out by Green Theft because he thought he had one down at Burning. Now Toast looking for that frag onto Green Theft. He's got a really great angle here through the stairs.
It's a very rare angle to take because it's quite an uncomfortable one. That's for sure.
Arsenic did get the res though, so they're back to a 5v5. The smokes are out, and they're plentiful. Lipinski's waiting on the corner for them to push up. Nades coming out, but not quite far enough. Arsenic will stay safe.
They've smoked out every possible angle they could be shot one, but not the one covering the street. It's Carnage NightFiree.
Lipinski doing some work there, grabbing 2 before he gets picked off, and Globochem at the disadvantage. Again, this could be Animal House taking it to 3-2. They like that hard comeback.
Yeah, they love it. I absolutely love the 3-0 comebacks. That's the pattern, NightFiree. It's how the league runs. Wow, Pants has been allowed to go to the north somehow. He's going to come behind the defense of Animal House. Oh dear, he whiffed the shots though onto the 2 stories. Steven is very much still alive and calling out his location. Gotta expect the nade from Green Theft coming any moment now.
He's dead.
But Thunder's ready for it.
More exchanging of fire on the south as Wicked Hex looks for a pick he can't find, and all the while, Pants and Thunder have taken control of Burning Building. Boxtoy is nearly catching some shots as he tucks in behind cover, and I'm not quite sure what Globochem's plan of approach is. Animal House are looking good. It looks like they can kind of hold off this approach for now.
Yeah, they absolutely can. Wicked Hex's position is a little bit exposed though. He's going to have to be very careful of the south and also Burning at the same time.
Lotto has rotated off of the south, so he's not going to be coming in from there. He's coming in from Ambulance. Actually, as I say that, he does drop around for a longer rotation south, so maybe he will be trying to get those shots onto Wicked's back. Thunder does find Boxtoys, but a refrag from Wicked catches him out, and Boxtoys is resable. Steven, thinking about rotating, Wicked tried to rotate, but Pants catches him out, and now Steven's all alone.
And also has no idea where he wants to go. He's bouncing between the ambulance and south. I'm not quite sure what the plan is. Maybe it's just the coordinator for this.
Steven's cross, but Thunder Pilot did see that cross. He's going to go prone and he managed to get up Boxtoys, so now it's a 2v2 with the res very possible on the Thunder. I think Pants is going to be able to get that off. Animal House trying to hang on to the series here.
It's just me and you.
As Globochem descend onto objective. Otto finally, I don't know, you're absolutely right. This is the second time that he's come around to the south, and now he's going back to a third time to ambulance.
I'm so confused at what he's doing. I've got no idea.
I don't think he knows what he wants to do. He's finally decided to hold up at ambulance, and maybe he'll be able to catch a rotation from Steven. Boxtoys in exchange with Pants goes down, and Thunder Pilot's looking for that final kill. Does finally catch out Steven, and Globochem take the map in series 4-1.
You know, they couldn't quite pull it off. It looked like it was going to be that Animal House almost comeback, but it was not to be. Globochem, they love their quarantine. They refuse to give it up to anybody except beginners. And also SMT Tactical, apparently. What is this third map going to be? We got Bazaar, we got Snow Peak, we got Tanker, and we have Cargo. And it's looking like it's going to be Bazaar 2.
Night. Interesting.
Why Bazaar 2? They're loving the night maps, and I'm not quite sure why. This was Animal House's pick, so I guess they're relying on the ability to just use the pistol flashlights. It did work out decently on Suburbia, however, I'm not sure how well it's going to work on Bazaar, considering the angles that you can place them are relatively limited. So maybe they work better around corners than at long ranges.
Well, I don't know why I put a point onto Animal House there. Globochem definitely took that quarantine around.
2 for Suburbia 2 and 1 for Quarantine.
You know, I did, we were talking earlier, I did say that I suspect just because Globochem have been playing so well this season, I was expecting 12-4. Still could see that here. Animal House definitely capable of taking another round from Globo, but I just think Globo are going to keep up this dominating performance here on that final map of Bazaar Night.
I do expect them to get that 1 point, as you said. But yeah, Globochem, I think they are going to take this for sure. This map overall, it's definitely feeling like it. They have the series overall. We just need to squeeze out a couple more rounds on this. I think this is one of the least played maps in League, short of Abandoned and Jungle, because Bazaar 2 was only introduced recently, though it was technically in anywhere. I think maybe a few teams played it. Maybe. I'm not entirely sure. It was quite some time ago. Definitely slightly later than it was introduced, which was, I believe, around a year ago. Bazaar 2 is ancient by now for League standards.
Yeah. I think we're waiting now as maybe a tech issue for Globo trying to get their 5th in. Wonder if maybe they're subbing someone in here. Play out this final map just to get them the practice.
They still have Arsenic though, so Raphael is dropping out maybe?
I don't think I've seen Mixologist
Oh no, maybe it's
play a
Pants
while.
dropping out. Pants has dropped out. Mixologist would not be too surprising. This feels like a Mixologist map to me.
No, I think we might have to cut it to an intermission as we try and hash out what exactly the culprit is for this 5th member. But thank you so much for tuning in so far. Globochem taking the series. We'll see how this final map plays out on Bazaar in a moment. Don't go anywhere. It seems like Raphael heard our calls and dove into the lobby just as we dove to intermission, so we don't have to wait 5 minutes. We'll dive right in, a lot of diving, into the final map of the series, Animal House versus Globochem. Pretty decent performance from Animal House. Honestly, I think if they were just a bit more locked in, they could have put up a good fight against Globochem. They just weren't able to get the rounds going early in the series. They could only get their wins when it was too late.
One down, possibly.
It's always the problem. If you've got to start off strong. Starting off strong is the single most important thing. Because as you said, if you're down 3 points already, one mistake is all it takes, and that's that map over.
Arsenic here holding down the north side. Has a pretty decent angle. We'll trade on the other east. Takes some shots out, doesn't land him on the box and rotates back towards objective. Animal House now into a 3v4. And Lipinski sort of disconnected from the rest of his squad way back there. Maybe just watching their flank. Waiting for an aggressive pants play, maybe.
Possibly. That would be a hell of an aggressive move, though.
Yeah.
Coming down from the south towards the western courtyard. I'd be amazed.
Be a tall order, to say the least. It'd be quite the traversal, but definitely would catch him off guard, and actually wouldn't catch him off guard because Lipinski is waiting for that, but now starting to rotate and catch up with the rest of his team.
Got quite some ground to cover, and I don't think Animal House has too much utility left. They put like 2 smokes on objective. Steven has nothing on his chest. Let's take a look at old BuxtonWater here. BuxtonWater does have a red and green smoke, so they do still have some, but I don't think the rest of the team does. They've got 4 smokes, that's all. 4 smokes and absolutely nothing else to breach this objective, which isn't really ideal, but I think they can still pull it off.
I'm keeping it pretty tight around OBJ. Gonna force Animal House to at least try and enter into the objective courtyard.
Lipinski's taking this very cautiously, proning through the center market. He thinks there's enemies all around him. Globochem does have a very defining presence. Gotta be careful. It's always scary.
Yeah, there's one dead there that he sees in front of him, so he's just taking extra precautions not to get tagged. And, I mean, to be fair, if Raph wants to peek up to the window, he does have a good angle. His shot's coming in here between Steven and Raph. Nothing lands.
Raph was scared by that, though. I heard him shouting. I think was able to pick up BuxtonWater there, but there are still 2 members of Animal House left, Steven and Lipinski. Rather out of sync with each other, I think. Oh, they're both sneaky snakes now.
Yeah. Taking their
Animal
time.
House Legionnaires mode.
Surprised Raph didn't spot Lipinski crossing here.
No, he's going to be allowed to get totally in. He could do some damage here. Auto's going to be the big problem with him, though. Sitting in that corner, it's going to be very hard to spot him. Oh, Raph knows.
Here's the smokes. Took some shots out and didn't land them. Now he's going to go back for more. Somehow Steven's alive there. The wood's saving him.
Raphael thinks he got Lipinski or possibly Steven. And he just runs straight in and meets Lipinski. He's got the smokes on his chest right now. I think both of them.
As soon as that smoke went out, Otto had a pretty clear line of sight onto Lipinski, so he went down, and now it's all up to Steven in a 1v3. Sort of been this typical formation for the rounds today.
Yeah.
35 seconds left.
Recurring pattern. Steven's he's in a hard time. But he's the clutch master of Animal House. He's done it all.
Can't do it against Thunder, who snags him on that middle lane, and Globochem continuing the dominance. Take the lead on map number 3 for 1-0.
And the scores are looking pretty 1-0 as well. The only person with more than one kill is Auto at 2.
Evenly spread. Raph's not doing his work there. Not cutting the, not carrying the weight. Gonna have to cut him from the squad, I think, Globo.
Hey, yeah, Raphael's gonna be a free agent now. Back to this can be blank. Or rather, this can't be blank. This can be blank is the alternate reality version. We need to reform the old teams for like an event week in the off season.
That was the All-Star team names. What do you mean? The opportunity was right there.
Yeah, that's true. Need to bring it back again. This time forced. We'll round up everyone. Sinister Pride will just be Sinister Pride. Animal House will play Sinister Pride because they were rivals. Animal House, most of them came from Ghost Riders, I believe. The team that came around and dissolved around season 1, I believe. And Globochem, they just go against beginners. Actually, no, Boss Fight can go against beginners, or rather, roasted Semtex offenders, as they were originally called in the olden days.
Diving into round number 2 of map 3. Globochem doing what Globo does, taking 2 maps in very strong fashion, looking to make it 3 here as they get a quick spawn.
Quick spawn there is definitely quick, and some aggression coming out from Animal House as well as a little bit scary for Globochem, I think.
Nade comes in and gets a choice bounce off of that little roof there on the wood and catches one. Lipinski kills himself with a nade he had prepped as he dropped it once he got hit, and that's a confirmed 1 down. Nice pickup from BuxtonWater, finds Toast on that 2-story though, and now it is a 4v4.
Yeah, they still have very much their chance to take this round back, bring it up to a nice and even 1-1. Greenfleft holds this super strong angle. I like to see this, but it's kind of rarely taken, I think. I don't quite know why. I guess because it's rather exposed.
Yeah.
Lots of peaks advantage there.
Well, a nice nade to toss into that corner and you're toast. Does have its dangers. Arsenic pretty close to hitting BuxtonWater. Botches a nade toss that he wanted to land over towards Box. Finds Steven on the backside as he rotates around, and BuxtonWater able to catch out Thunder. Raphael has pushed in towards objective, and he's on objective right now. Gets picked off by Green Theft as he rotates around, and now Globochem are into a 2v2.
Just a few more seconds, and I think Raph would have gotten that. But Globochem, I think they may be able to just throw this round away. Animal House can definitely take this back. But as I say that, Wicked Hex gets picked off. Maybe this is Globochem's time to take a 2-0 shine.
Yeah, it opens up the blue room for Otto, and it's going to be hard for Green Theft to defend against this and the shots from Arsenic across the way through that open gap in the wall.
Wow, Groovehef just barely got away by the skin of his teeth in that pre-fire.
I like this rotation, though. May catch Otto off guard. Otto, though, quickly peeks, spots him, and Green Theft wins the trade. Now into a 1v1. Can Green Theft clutch this round for his team?
I think he can. I believe in Grooveheft. He can tie it up 1-1. He can make this to the predicted score. Or possibly they can take this map even. Can't believe it. He could actually do it here. Arsenic's a little bit spooked, I think, but he has the ammo advantage of that drum mag.
I don't think Green Theft's ever really checked this lane. I wonder if he's really concerned about it. Because Arsenic may be able to get up there and, you know, really risk. He could catch the objective on that corner.
Definitely could. He's got to be so cautious.
I think he's going to cap.
I think he can. No, he's not going to. He's going for this kill. He's hunting.
Might be
The
his
Globo way.
downfall. Green Theft doesn't see him. Arsenic perches up behind the body of his down teammate and finds the nice shot onto the back of Green Theft and takes the lead 2-0.
And he slaps the corpse a few times just for good measure. The disrespect is unbelievable. Scoreboard definitely isn't looking super equal now. Arsenic bringing that 4-0 pain.
It's interesting though, like Globochem can't really get too careless or else Animal House just capitalize, and it's like it's this weird, like very skilled team that just doesn't seem to be they're focused, they're coordinated. I just don't know what's up. They're so close to really putting Globochem to the test a couple of times.
Yeah, I guess it's just kind of
Globo's tough shell, or
yeah, I guess so. They just aren't giving Animal House enough opportunities. Those tiny opportunities that Globochem they really like to stamp out, because beginners, if you give beginners an opportunity, it's bad news all round. And Globochem, you know, definitely they've had some tangos in their time with beginners.
They're no strangers to love. Between those two.
Strangers to danger.
Popping into round 3 of map 3. Globo going on the defensive in this west objective.
Indeed. Western objective, definitely not a good one for Animal House, I think. Potentially they'll try and rush it. They have done that in the past with Green Theft Auto, just going straight for it. The rest of the team watching over from afar, but there's no way Globochem is going to allow that, and I think that shows with that aggressive defense here in the Western market. Over the Western courtyard. Oh, Water could absolutely dominate them here.
Yeah, I was going to say, pretty fast moves from Animal House. They're moving very quickly. Otto does identify them inside kill box. Somehow a team kill coming out. And a confirm.
And the confirmation. Oh.
Otto thought about getting aggressive. Steven looking to counter. It does!
I got one down.
With his own aggression as he peeks around, cashes out. Otto opens up this courtyard a little bit.
And the smokes are heavy too, though. It doesn't stop Toast from picking up Wicked Hex at least. Could definitely move in here, but the Western mini-market is totally empty. They could actually just walk in. Flipinski has the opportunity.
You're absolutely right. He does have this street free and easy to cross. Raph not really going to be able to cover him there, and yeah, he could potentially cap here. I don't think anyone really has too great a coverage of objective. Raphael maybe realizing this, rotates around. Lipinski does catch out Arsenic. Now they are going to be aware of his positioning here, and shots start raining in onto that white car he's tucked behind.
White car is always a very dangerous spot. He can't really move out for fear of being shot, and he can't really sit here for fear of being naded. Did he get Arsenic with a blind fire there? Or did I just blank out for a second, then
No, he
suddenly
did not.
died?
No, that was.
I was about to say, that would have been mad.
BuxtonWater has some command of this little courtyard area, though. Toast.
Oh, goodbye, Flipinski.
Oh my gosh. That nade was a good toss from Raph right onto the white car, and that's exactly what you're saying, Bucks. You got to be careful of getting naded if you sit there too long. That's what happens, and now it is all up to BuxtonWater, who's really in the middle of 3 defending Globochem.
The classic Flipinski move. Absolute. The classic Raphael move, rather. Not Flipinski. Flipinski dying is not his classic move, I don't think. Raph loves himself some nice combat nades. Surprised BuxtonWater hasn't retreated to go for the revive, though. It would be quite the run.
Shots come out. He does find Raph. Rotations just missed by BuxtonWater. And gets caught out in the back by Thunder. Globo take the lead 3-0.
Can we count in the exact same pattern, NightFiree? I'm thinking we can. Is this where Allenhouse are gonna start to get their comeback and they're gonna put themselves on the board? They do have this good objective to defend, but it all depends on if Globochem can just mess up those few times to give Allenhouse the big lead. This first, almost 4th round, rather.
Now we'll see. Maybe with this final map, Globo looking to just solidify the series here. Try and button it down with a 12-3 win. We'll see if Animal House let it happen, because they've definitely. I mean, it's weird. They're playing good each round, but also so relaxed.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we just got some insight in the chat between Allenhouse there. That pistol shot, apparently it seems to be an accident.
Steven
And
almost got
team
team
kill.
kill. Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
very close shot.
Greenfield is playing a dangerous game.
There's one by the blue room objective of the inside of it. He was just picking me from there. He was just checking from, yeah, outside. He was just checking from the left doorway. So there, yeah,
No, this thing's in a dangerous spot on this western side, I think.
Uh,
There's someone shooting over it, or was that just some pre-fire from him?
that was
I
pre-fire
think
from
it was
him.
actually.
Yeah. I don't think anyone has a line of sight on him, honestly. He could cross the street free and easy. BuxtonWater is going to be the only threat if he keeps peeking that angle.
Quick move up the western courtyard, or up the western mini market rather. That'd be a sight to see, NightFiree.
Nade goes out, not quite on the corner. Box toys will be safe.
He won't be so safe from a Toast, though. He's kind of creeping up that western courtyard. If he sprays through the pallets, it's good night, Box Toys.
Toast is definitely looking for green theft in the corner. Arsenic does find Box Toys peeking on that corner finally, and now we'll see if Toast can get his enemy that he's dialed in on.
I don't think Green Theft is planning on peeking this angle anytime soon. He's got his tablet down. He's relaxed, sitting in a nice squat position. Maybe this smoke is going to change things, though.
Otto, will he be ready for Steven, who does catch him out? Wicked Hex grabs Thunder Pilot. Raphael trades with Green Theft, and now Arsenic on the backside is making his way to objective.
Austin's definitely the main offender here, but he's going to go for the revive on the Raph instead. That could burn some bad things, and that nade is going to finish him off. No chance.
It does get called out. Lipinski's doing so good right now. He's going to rotate. I thought he was going to rotate around to the backside of Arsenic. I think it definitely would have caught him out. Toast able to grab Steven. Now Globochem into a 2v2. Wicked Hex covering that street. Yeah, and Lipinski's
in a very dangerous position.
He's got to rotate around. He has to check.
Oof. He took a little bit of fire.
Arsenic here still doesn't see Wicked Hex tucked in the corner. That red truck just denying the vision for both of them. Finally spots him through the truck. Lands the shots as he peeks out around it. Now up to Lipinski. The pre-fire from Arsenic and the quick shots from him catch out the last one alive. And Globochem take the map 4-0.
The bulletproof glass. Almost unfortunate, but Globochem was still ready for it. And no comeback from Animal House this time.
No.
They still took that solids.
No, they did not try and mount any comeback there. Globochem doing well to shut down Animal House advancements through the ranks. Animal House ranked 8 overall, Diamond tier team now in NA, and they've definitely been playing well. Globochem, though, coming in with their A game as usual and looking so strong. I think they're just always going to be a top contender in the NA League.
Yeah, absolutely. They're always going to be there.
Yeah.
The never-ending force, just sitting there waiting for someone to try and underestimate them.
It'll be great to see you one day, that's for sure. I think that is going to be it, though, from us this afternoon. If you want to get more of the Master League action, go to vrmasterleague.com/onward. You can follow the Twitters, the Twitches, the Facebooks, the Reddit, the Discord, all of the VR Master League you can get. And if you head to that site and click on matches, you can see what matches are going to be cast and when, by whom, and where. So all of the information you could possibly desire in one-stop shop over on vrmasterleague.com/onward. That'll be it from us tonight. My name is NightFiree with 2 E's. My co-caster, Buxton. We will see you tomorrow.
Goodbye.